Imagine holding a small, unassuming coin in your hand, its worn edges whispering stories of a nation's past, a relic from 1983 that captures a pivotal moment in American history. The 1983 US quarter dollar isn't just pocket change, it's a time capsule, a snapshot of a year when the economy was rebounding, culture was booming, and the world was shifting in ways that still echo today. This coin, with its familiar design, carries more than monetary value, it's a tangible link to a transformative era. Let's dive into the story of the 1983 quarter, exploring its design, significance, and why it remains a fascinating piece for collectors and history buffs alike. This quarter's design is rooted in tradition, featuring the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan that has graced quarters since 1932. The 1983 version carries the same stoic profile of the first president, symbolizing stability and continuity. On the reverse, the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings clutches arrows and an olive branch, representing strength and peace. Crafted from a copper-nickel-clad composition, this quarter weighs 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, standard for circulating quarters. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced over 1.3 billion of these coins across its Philadelphia and Denver facilities, with mint marks, P or D, indicating their origin. Some rare proof versions, struck in San Francisco with an S mint mark, were made for collectors, featuring sharper details and a polished finish. The year 1983 was no ordinary year, and this quarter reflects the pulse of that time. The U.S. was emerging from a deep recession, with President Ronald Reagan's economic policies sparking recovery. Inflation was cooling, and optimism was creeping back into the American psyche. This quarter jingled in pockets as people flocked to theaters to watch Return of the Jedi, listened to Michael Jackson's Thriller dominate the airwaves, and witnessed the birth of the internet with the adoption of TCP/IP protocols. It was a year of technological leaps and cultural milestones, and this coin was there, quietly circulating through everyday transactions, from buying a soda to tipping a server. For collectors, the 1983 quarter holds unique intrigue. While common in circulated condition, finding one in pristine, uncirculated state is a challenge due to heavy use in commerce. The proof versions, especially, prized for their mirror-like finish and limited mintage. Some 1983 quarters also carry errors, like off-center strikes or double-die varieties, that can significantly boost their value. For instance, a 1983 P quarter in mint condition might fetch a modest premium, but a well-documented error coin could sell for hundreds at auction. The coin's value lies not just in its rarity but in its ability to connect us to a specific moment in time. Beyond its collectible appeal, the 1983 quarter is a cultural artifact. It represents an America on the cusp of change, balancing tradition with progress. Its design, unchanged for decades, contrasts with the rapid modernization of the era, from the rise of personal computers to the launch of the Space Shuttle Challenger. Holding this coin, you're touching a piece of history that passed through countless hands, each with its own story. It's a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry profound significance, tying us to the past while grounding us in the present. Don't let the story of the 1983 quarter pass you by. Whether you're a collector, a history enthusiast, or simply curious, this coin is worth seeking out. Check your change, visit a coin shop, or explore online marketplaces to find your own piece of 1983. Start your collection, share its story, or gift it to someone who loves a good tale. Head to trusted numismatic sites or local dealers today, and hold history in your hands, because a quarter this rich in meaning is more than just 25 cents. Picture this, you're sifting through a jar of old coins, and there it is, a 1983 US quarter dollar, its faint gleam catching your eye like a forgotten star in a daytime sky. This isn't just loose change, it's a portal to a year when America was redefining itself, a quiet witness to a world of big dreams and bigger changes. In this continuation, we'll delve deeper into the 1983 quarter's hidden stories, its role in a shifting economy, the quirks that make it a collector's gem, and why it still captivates those who hold it. Let's uncover the layers of this unassuming coin and see why it's more than meets the eye. The 1983 quarter was minted during a time when the US was clawing its way out of economic hardship. The early 1980s recession had left scars, but by 1983, recovery was in full swing. Unemployment was dropping, and consumer confidence was climbing. This quarter, churned out by the millions, was the workhorse of everyday transactions, used for everything from vending machines to parking meters. Its copper-nickel-clad composition, with a copper core sandwiched between nickel layers, was a cost-saving innovation from the 1960s, reflecting the Mint's response to rising metal costs. Yet, despite its mass production, each coin carries a unique journey, touched by countless hands in an era of renewed hope. What makes the 1983 quarter particularly fascinating for collectors is its subtle variations and errors. Beyond the standard Philadelphia and Denver issues, the San Francisco Mint produced proof quarters for collectors, with a mere 3.2 million struck. These proofs, with their frosted designs and mirror-like fields, coveted for their craftsmanship. But the real treasures are the error coins. Some 1983 quarters feature double die errors, where the design is slightly doubled due to a misaligned die during minting. Others might show off-center strikes or planchette flaws, turning an ordinary quarter into a numismatic prize. A 1983 P quarter with a clear double die error, for example, can fetch $50 to $500 depending on condition, while pristine proofs often sell for $10 to $20. These quirks transform the coin into a tangible piece of mint history. The cultural backdrop of 1983 adds another layer to this quarter's allure. It was a year when the American spirit was electric, MTV was reshaping pop culture, the Big Chill captured the baby boomer zeitgeist, and the first mobile phones hinted at a connected future. This quarter was there, tucked into wallets as people celebrated the end of the Cold War's darkest days with the Strategic Defense Initiative announcement. It was a coin of contradictions, a symbol of enduring tradition with Washington's portrait, yet circulating in a world racing toward modernity. For those who lived through 1983, finding one of these quarters can spark memories of first jobs, first loves, or first glimpses of a digital age. For collectors and historians, the 1983 quarter is a bridge between past and present. Its durability, thanks to the copper-nickel clad, means many still circulate, but finding one in uncirculated condition is like uncovering a time traveler in mint condition. The coin's value isn't just monetary, it's a conversation starter, a teaching tool, a spark for curiosity. It invites questions about where it's been, who held it, and what stories it could tell if coins could talk. Whether you're drawn to its historical weight, its potential for rare errors, or its nostalgic pull, this quarter is a small but mighty piece of Americana. Don't let this piece of history slip through your fingers. Dig into your change, visit a local coin shop, or browse trusted numismatic sites to find a 1983 quarter of your own. Share its story with friends, add it to your collection, or pass it on as a keepsake that captures an era. Check out platforms like PCGS or NGC for grading info, or connect with fellow collectors to trade tales and tips. The 1983 quarter is waiting to be rediscovered. Grab yours today and hold on to a slice of 1983's enduring legacy. Close your eyes and imagine finding a 1983 US quarter dollar in the bottom of an old drawer, its surface faintly worn but still gleaming with the promise of a story untold. This isn't just a coin, it's a silent observer of a year when America stood at a crossroads, blending resilience with reinvention. In this final chapter, we'll peel back the last layers of the 1983 quarter's legacy, its craftsmanship, its place in the numismatic world, the societal shifts it witnessed, and why it continues to spark fascination. Join me as we explore why this quarter is more than a relic, it's a spark that ignites curiosity about a pivotal moment in time. Crafted with precision, the 1983 quarter embodies the U.S. Mint's commitment to quality amid high-volume production. Struck in Philadelphia and Denver, with over 1.3 billion coins minted, it features John Flanagan's enduring George Washington portrait on the obverse, design unchanged since 1932 to honor the nation's first president. The reverse, with its eagle-clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizes a balance of power and peace, a fitting emblem for 1983, as Cold War tensions simmered but hope for détente grew. The coin's copper-nickel-clad composition, a practical choice since 1965, ensured durability, making it a staple in daily transactions. Yet, the San Francisco Mint's proof versions, with their crisp details and polished surfaces, were crafted for collectors, with only about 3.2 million produced. These proofs, marked with an S, are a testament to the Mint's artistry, capturing the quarter's design in stunning clarity. The numismatic world holds the 1983 quarter in quiet reverence, not for rarity but for its potential surprises. While most circulated quarters are worth face value, uncirculated examples, or those with errors, like double-die obverses or misaligned strikes, can command premiums.
You're holding a 1994 US quarter dollar, a coin that feels like a time machine in your palm, whisking you back to a year when Forrest Gump ruled theaters, grunge defined music, and the internet was just a whisper of what it would become. This isn't just 25 cents, it's a piece of 1994 America, carrying the weight of a nation in transition. Let's unravel the story of the 1994 quarter, its design, its historical context, its collectible quirks, and why it still captures the imagination. Get ready to see why this coin is worth more than its face value, and stick around for a call to action that'll inspire you to hunt one down. The 1994 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, a mainstay of U.S. coinage since 1932. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features George Washington's left-facing profile, based on a bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon, with "Liberty" arcing above, "In God We Trust" below his chin, and the year, 1994, at the base. A mint mark, P, for Philadelphia, D, for Denver, or S, for San Francisco, sits near Washington's ponytail. The reverse showcases a heraldic eagle, wings spread, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing war and peace. United States of America, curves above, E pluribus unum, sits just over the eagle, and quarter dollar anchors the bottom. Most 1994 quarters are copper-nickel clad, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, 5.67 grams, but San Francisco struck silver-proof versions, 90% silver, 10% copper, 6.25 grams, for collectors. The U.S. Mint produced 825,600,000 quarters in Philadelphia, 880,034,110 in Denver, and 3,269,923 proofs in San Francisco, including silver proofs. In 1994, this quarter jingled in a world buzzing with change. The U.S. was riding an economic boom, with the Clinton administration pushing tech innovation and global trade. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, kicked in, reshaping economies, while the O.J. Simpson trial gripped the nation's attention. This quarter bought arcade tokens as kids played Mortal Kombat 2, or it sat in cash registers as The Lion King broke box office records. It was a year of cultural shifts. Kurt Cobain's death marked the end of an era, and the World Wide Web began to reshape how we connect. Each 1994 quarter, passed from hand to hand, was a quiet participant in these moments, a small but sturdy piece of a nation on the move. For collectors, the 1994 quarter is a sleeper hit. Most circulated examples are worth face value due to their high mintage, but uncirculated coins or those with errors can shine. A 1994 P or 1994 D quarter in MS65 condition might fetch $1 to $12, while an MS67 example, rare due to circulation wear, could reach $50 or more. The 1994 S-proof quarters, especially silver proofs, prized for their mirror-like finish, typically valued at $4 to $15, with silver proofs hitting $15 or higher due to their 90% silver content, melt value around $5.90. Error coins, like double-die obverses or off-center strikes, can command $100 to $500, with some exceptional pieces, like a 1994 P-graded PCGS MS68, selling for $8,156.25 in 2018. The 1994 D is notably scarce in MS66 and above, with fewer than 100 known in MS66 and only a dozen in MS67, making high-grade examples a numismatic trophy. Beyond its market value, the 1994 quarter is a cultural touchstone. It's a reminder of a pre-digital world, when payphones still took coins and mixtapes were a love language. For collectors, it's a challenge to find pristine examples from a high-mintage year. For historians, it's a snapshot of a pivotal decade. Its copper-nickel or silver composition ties it to the mint's evolution from precious metals to clad coinage, reflecting economic realities of the late 20th century. Whether it's the weight of Washington's gaze or the eagle's proud stance, this coin feels like a handshake with history, connecting you to 1994's triumphs and transformations. Don't let the 1994 quarter's story stay buried in a change jar. Rummage through your coins, hit up a local coin shop, or browse trusted sites like PCGS, NGC, or eBay to snag one in uncirculated or proof condition. Try coin roll hunting at your bank. Rolls of quarters might hide a gem. Share its tale with friends, add it to your collection, or gift it to spark someone's curiosity about numismatics. Visit coinweek.com or usacoinbook.com for grading tips and market trends. The 1994 quarter is waiting to be rediscovered. Grab yours now and own a piece of 1994's enduring legacy. Imagine stumbling across a 1994 US quarter dollar in an old jacket pocket, its edges smoothed by time, yet still shining with the spirit of a year that shaped the modern world. This coin isn't just spare change, it's a relic of 1994, the year when America danced to the rhythm of change, grunge fading, the internet dawning, and a nation finding its footing in a new global era. In this second chapter, we'll dive deeper into the 1994 quarter's craftsmanship, its role in a booming economy, the rare finds that thrill collectors, and the cultural pulse it carried. Buckle up for a journey through a coin that's small in size but massive in meaning, and stick around for a call to action to make one yours. The 1994 quarter's craftsmanship reflects the U.S. Mint's balance of tradition and efficiency. Struck in Philadelphia, 825,600,000 coins, Denver, 880,034,110 coins, and San Francisco, 3,269,923 proofs, including silver. It carries John Flanagan's classic 1932 Washington design. The obverse shows George Washington's stoic profile, with "Liberty, in God We Trust," and 1994 framing it, plus a mint mark, P, D, or S, near his ponytail. The reverse boasts a heraldic eagle, arrows, and olive branches in its talons, with "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and quarter dollar encircling it. Most are copper-nickel clad, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, 5.67 grams, but San Francisco's silver proofs, 90% silver, 10% copper, 6.25 grams, gleam with collector appeal, their mirrored surfaces showcasing every detail. These coins were built to last, circulating through a nation on the move. In 1994, the U.S. economy was a powerhouse, and this quarter was its workhorse. The country was in the midst of the Clinton-era boom, with low unemployment and a tech sector starting to soar. This quarter clinked in cash registers as Americans bought tickets to Pulp Fiction, snapped up the first PlayStation consoles, or grabbed coffee at a newly expanding Starbucks. It was a year of global shifts. South Africa's first democratic election ended apartheid, and the Channel Tunnel linked England and France. The quarter was there, tucked into wallets as the US signed the Uruguay Round agreements, paving the way for the World Trade Organization. It was a coin of everyday life, quietly fueling transactions in a world tilting toward globalization. For collectors, the 1994 quarter is a goldmine of potential. High mintage means circulated coins are common, often worth just 25 cents, but uncirculated or error coins are where the excitement lies. A 1994 P or 1994 D in MS66 condition might fetch $5 to $20, while an MS67, rare due to circulation wear, can hit $50 to $100. The 1994 S-proof quarters, especially silver, range from $4 to $15, with silver proofs climbing higher due to their 0.18 ounces of silver, worth about $6 at current melt values. Error coins steal the show. A 1994 P with a double die obverse or off-center strike can sell for $100 to $500, and one 1994 P graded MS68 by PCGS sold for over $8,000 in 2018. The 1994 D is particularly elusive in high grades, with fewer than 100 known in MS66 and a handful in MS67, making it a holy grail for quarter hunters. The 1994 quarter's cultural resonance is undeniable. It's a snapshot of a year when Friends debuted on TV, the MLB strike cancelled the World Series, and the internet's potential began to dawn with Netscape's browser launch. For those who lived it, this coin might recall blasting Nirvana's MTV Unplugged or watching the Winter Olympics in Lillehammer. For collectors, it's a challenge to find pristine examples from a year of heavy circulation. For historians, it's a link to a time when America was redefining its identity. Its design, rooted in tradition, contrasts with 1994's forward-looking vibe, dial-up modems, trade agreements, and cultural shifts that set the stage for today's world. Don't let the 1994 quarter story fade into the background. Check your piggy bank, visit a coin dealer, or scour online platforms like PCGS, NGC, or Heritage Auctions for a gem-quality example or a rare error. Try coin roll hunting. Banks often have rolls of quarters hiding surprises. Share this coin's tale with a friend, add it to your collection, or gift it to ignite a love for history. Dive into numismatic forums or sites like coinweek.com to learn about grading and values. The 1994 quarter is a piece of the past waiting for you. Grab one today and hold on to the legacy of a year that changed everything. You're rummaging through a dusty box of keepsakes, and a 1985 US quarter dollar catches the light, its modest shine pulling you back to a year when Back to the Future hit theaters, New Coke flopped, and the world felt electric with change. This isn't just a coin, it's a ticket to 1985, a year of bold moves, cultural highs, and quiet resilience. Let's dive into the story of the 1985 quarter, its design, its place in a vibrant era, the quirks that excite collectors, and why it's a treasure worth more than 25 cents. Stick with me to uncover its secrets and find out how to make this piece of history yours. The 1985 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, a cornerstone of U.S. coinage since 1932. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features George Washington's left-facing portrait, based on a bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon, with "Liberty" above, "In God We Trust" to the left, and 1985 below. A mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, sits near Washington's ponytail. The reverse displays a heraldic eagle, wings spread, clutching arrows, and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. United States of America, arcs above, E pluribus unum, hovers over the eagle, and quarter dollar grounds the design. Struck in copper nickel clad, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, 5.67 grams, the coin measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. The U.S. Mint produced 775,818,962 quarters in Philadelphia, 676,980,000 in Denver, and 3,362,821 proofs in San Francisco, including some in 90% silver for collector sets. In 1985, this quarter was a workhorse of American commerce, jingling in a nation buzzing with optimism. The U.S. economy was growing under Reagan's policies, with inflation stabilizing and tech innovation gaining steam. This coin bought popcorn for the Breakfast Club, fed arcade machines for Super Mario Bros., or sat in tip jars as Live Aid rocked the world for famine relief. It was a year of global tension and hope. Gorbachev became Soviet leader, hinting at Cold War thawing, while the Iran-Contra affair loomed. The 1985 quarter, passed from hand to hand, was a silent witness to these moments, a tiny piece of a country navigating prosperity and uncertainty. Collectors find the 1985 quarter intriguing for its hidden gems. High mintage means most circulated coins are worth face value, but uncirculated or error coins spark excitement. A 1985 P or 1985 D in MS65 condition might fetch $2 to $10, while MS67 examples, scarce due to heavy circulation, can reach $30 to $100. The 1985 S-proof quarters, with their mirror-like finish, typically sell for $4 to $12, with silver proofs valued higher, around $15, with 0.18 ounces of silver worth about $6 at current melt values. Error coins, like double-die obverses or off-center strikes, are the real prizes, potentially fetching $50 to $500 depending on severity. For example, a 1985 P with a prominent double-die obverse sold for $1,200 in a 2020 auction. The 1985 D is notoriously tough in high grades, with fewer than 50 known in MS67, making it a numismatic unicorn. The 1985 quarter's cultural weight is undeniable. It's a relic of a year when Madonna's Like a Virgin topped charts, the first .com domain was registered, and the space shuttle Atlantis launched. For those who lived it, this coin might recall mixtapes, neon leg warmers, or watching Miami Vice on a boxy TV. For collectors, it's a challenge to find pristine examples from a year of heavy use. For historians, it's a link to a time when America balanced 80s excess with technological ambition. Its traditional design, rooted in 1932, contrasts with 1985's forward-looking spirit, CDS, DNA fingerprinting, and the seeds of a digital revolution. Don't let the 1985 quarter story slip away. Dig through your change, visit a local coin shop, or explore trusted platforms like PCGS, NGC, or eBay to find a high-grade example or a rare error. Try coin roll hunting. Banks often have rolls hiding surprises. Share this coin's tale with friends, add it to your collection, or gift it to spark a love for history. Check out coinweek.com or usacoinbook.com for grading tips and market trends. The 1985 quarter is waiting to be rediscovered. Grab one now and hold a piece of 1985's vibrant legacy in your hand. Imagine fishing a 1985 US quarter dollar from a forgotten coin jar, its subtle gleam pulling you into a year when We Are the World echoed globally, the Nintendo Entertainment System hit American shelves, and the air buzzed with the promise of a new era. This coin isn't just loose change, it's a fragment of 1985, a year when America strutted through cultural highs and grappled with global shifts. In this second chapter, we'll dig deeper into the 1985 quarter's craftsmanship, its role in a thriving economy, the rare finds that set collectors' hearts racing, and the vibrant pulse of the time it captured. Let's explore why this quarter is a hidden gem, and stay for a call to action to claim your own piece of this iconic year. The 1985 quarter is a product of the US Mint's precision, blending tradition with the demands of mass production. Part of the Washington Quarter series since 1932, it features John Flanagan's timeless design. The obverse showcases George Washington's profile, with Liberty above, In God We Trust to the left, 1985 below, and a mint mark, P, Philadelphia, D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, near his ponytail. The reverse displays a heraldic eagle, arrows, and olive branch in its talons, with United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar framing it. Most are copper nickel clad, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, 5.67 grams, 24.3 millimeters diameter, but San Francisco minted 3,362,821 proof coins, including silver versions, 90% silver, 10% copper, 6.25 grams, for collectors. Philadelphia struck 775,818,962 quarters, and Denver produced 676,980,000, flooding commerce with coins built to endure. In 1985, this quarter was a quiet player in a booming American economy. Reagan's policies fueled growth, with tech and finance sectors gaining momentum. This coin clinked in arcade machines as teens played Tetris, bought tickets to Rambo, First Blood Part 2, or sat in change drawers as Microsoft released Windows 1.0. It was a year of global drama. The US and Soviet Union held tense talks, yet cultural unity shone through events like Live Aid, raising millions for famine relief. The 1985 quarter was everywhere, from gas station counters to vending machines, a small but constant presence in a nation balancing 80s exuberance with Cold War shadows. For collectors, the 1985 quarter is a treasure hunt. High mintage makes circulated coins common, often worth just 25 cents, but uncirculated and error coins are the real draw. A 1985 P or 1985 D in MS65 might fetch $2 to $10, while MS67 coins, rare due to heavy use, can hit $30 to $100. The 1985 S proofs, with their polished brilliance, range from $4 to $12, with silver proofs valued at $15 or more, boosted by their 0.18 ounces of silver, about $6 at current melt values. Error coins, like double die obverses or off-center strikes, can bring $50 to $500, with standout examples, like a 1985 P double die graded high, fetching $1,000 plus at auction. The 1985 D is especially scarce in MS67, with fewer than 50 known, making it a prize for dedicated numismatists. The 1985 quarter's cultural resonance runs deep. It's a time capsule of a year when the Goonies sparked adventure, Whitney Houston's debut album soared, and the discovery of the Titanic wreck captivated imaginations. For those who lived it, this coin might evoke memories of boomboxes blasting Phil Collins or the thrill of renting a VHS. For collectors, it's a challenge to find high-grade examples from a year of heavy circulation. For historians, it's a link to a world on the cusp of digital transformation. Its classic design, unchanged for decades, contrasts with 1985's forward march, supercomputers, AIDS awareness, and the dawn of biotech. Don't let the 1985 quarter's story fade into obscurity. Search your change, hit up a coin dealer, or browse platforms like PCGS, NGC, or Heritage Auctions for a pristine example or a rare error. Try coin roll hunting. Bank rolls might hide a gem. Share this coin's tale with friends, add it to your collection, or gift it to ignite a passion for history. Explore coinweek.com or usacoinbook.com for grading insights and market trends. The 1985 quarter is waiting for you. Snag one today and hold a piece of 1985's electric legacy in your hand.